Make in Odisha, I am also Cognizant HR Director, Sachis Rajanatram. Sir, welcome to Make in Odisha. This is a show on entrepreneurship ecosystem in Odisha, where we are promoting entrepreneurs and startups basically. So your input will be valuable for them, for the ecosystem to grow. Sir, what is, in your view, engaging multi-generation talent pool in industry, and what practices you are following in your company?
But the trend has drastically changed from what we've seen in yesteryears from what it is right now. Today, considering the workforce, the talent that's coming in, it's predominantly the millennials. The way that we need to kind of have the multi-skilled, if I were to answer your question, and how do they move their career progression, it's a huge challenge, and we are learning every day that we are also getting into, right? But what is now drastically changed is the way the millennials operate. The millennials should be engaged, or their expectations are different. So as an HR professional in my individual capacity, we've started creating what we call as experience for them, right? It used to be job given, you do 8 hours of work every day and then move on. But then gone are the days where we need to engage them differently. How do we create that cohesive workplace for them? And that creates an experience. Right? How do you create personalization? If I were to reach out to you and say, get this job done, it's those days, right? We together, what can we do for the organization is what the today's world is.
So what specifically we need to do for the HR theme, attract, engage and retain, basically for millennials?
So, you know, I'm going to talk about all the three together in a nutshell for want of time. Like I said, with the technology disruption that's coming in, and I'm sure you would have heard about AI, robotics, machine learning, and so on and so forth. But from a talent attraction standpoint, what do we give them, right? How do we go with their passion is something that we need to look at. Because if it were to be years before, we're going to say, this is the job, get this done, is now significantly transformed by saying, what is it that you would like to do? What are your core strengths? And we would like to bundle a role for you and give it to you as a job offer. Right? So it's the inverse that's happening. Now what we also get to understand is the go forward model is around what we call as a gig economy, right? The days are gone where we have 10, 15, 20 years where employees work together for an organization. The gig economy is going to kick in anytime. It's already started. When I say gig economy, it is about you hire a set of people for a specific set of work, a program or a job. When that is done, they move on to another organization and get to do something more, right? So that's the evolution that's happening today, right? So that would encompass the attract, retain and develop perspective. So as an organizational HR person, are we ready with those engines? Are we ready to in kind of building that skill? A group of people coming in, train them for a specific purpose, they get things done, they move on. Then hire another group of people, do we reskill them and so on and so forth, right? So that's the engine that we need to be ready with.
So how you see the situation, technology disruption killing IT jobs?
Well, it's already kicked in, right? The misnomer is that the technology disruptions are going to take the jobs away from HR, from people. Is everything going to be machine learning and so on? But then that's what we spoke about in yesteryears as well, right? From a locomotive to what we talk today as a hyperloop, right? It's a technology change, but then how do we evolve our skilling? If I were to go ahead and say our skilling baselining will go up, we're going to get into a higher matured value addition jobs that we'll be doing, and the rudimentary routine jobs will be automated. Yes, there would be a certain set of jobs that will go off because the machine is going to take over and run through, you know, day-to-day jobs of 8 hours. You're going to do the same cut and paste. Those will go off, and that would pave way for higher value order jobs. And do we have the right skill? Do we have the right talent to do that? Is something that we need.
So the way technology stack is changing rapidly, do you see there should be any improvement in compensation?
Well, like I said, how agile we are as a talent pool. If you look at it, the few things that I mentioned about AI, robotics, machine learning, Internet of Things, what we call as a SMAC stack, right? Social, mobile, analytics and cloud.
Right.
Yes, things are going to change. The compensation philosophy would change where there will be a baseline and if you come in with a cloud technology, you will be paid so much as a niche skill, and so on and so forth. It's all going to be plug in and plug out. Like I said, the gig economy in itself is going to bring in those change in terms of compensation philosophy, right? There will only be what we call as the CTC per se, right? Total compensation. That's only one component. But the gig is going to bring in, if the gig is going to bring in a specific niche technology, you'll have to pay additional for that.
Okay,
it's a
sir.
plug in, plug out that's going to happen.
So regarding appraisal things, so appraisal of yesteryear, if you see, that is seems to be very rudimentary, what we perceived. So what should be the system for the new millennial?
Well, in today's world, considering millennials, they need instant recognition,
Okay, sir.
instant gratification if you were to,
Okay,
right?
sir.
Unless you do pat in the back, they say you've done a good job, great job done, right?
Yes, sir.
That works today, right? Gone are the days where you wait until the year end where you do the performance appraisal discussion. This is end of the year, right? Whether you run a April to March or a January to December, that used to happen and gone are the days, right? Today, anything that you do, we are asking employees to go ahead and say, what have you done? Put it out. Like, put it up for a feedback. Now, the newer emerging phenomena that's happening is around what we call a social feedback or NPS as well, Net Productivity Score, right? If I've done something today, if that's been appreciated by my client, we need to pat on the back immediately. Else, the disengagement will start off. That's a newer generation for you, right? So the performance appraisal should be as intuitive as they are, as dynamic that they are. And gone are the days where we do 1 year, like I said, it has to be here and now, document it and move on.
Okay, sir. So basically, if we see in the hiring practices, the manpower strength, so we see it is very difficult to ramp up them because they are not staying with us for the longer run. So what practices an organization should follow?
Like I said, it's not becoming a specialized industry. The talent pool is so much so that I want to do, if I were to talk about IT industry, I want to do within IT, I want to do only, say, cloud, or I want to do only database, or I want to do only user experience creation, or I want to do only user interface creation, right? So people today, the workforce today is demanding specific set of job with specific set of skill. Right, so there is no one single answer for your question, right? So when you approach this, you need to approach it in terms of what is your strength, what is your passion, and accordingly we need to fine tune the job. Right? So that's how it.
In startup point of view, how they take HR stance?
Well, from an HR startup, I can comment, right? But there are a lot of ideas. But then, how do you convert that ideas, put them into design thinking, and try to see you develop that idea, prototype it, go to the market, and see if that product is kind of viable in the market as well for you to position, right? Most of the startup, let's take an average of about 100 startup coming up. About 10% of them sees the light on the other tunnel.
Right.
It could be because of venture capital is not kicking in so much fund. It could be because of the ideas are already available in the market. There are too many players in the market. Or it could be the perseverance of the ideator coming in with that idea as well. So it falls through the cracks somehow.
Team also playing a big role, sir.
Absolutely. Right. Like I said, the agility of the team that you build, if you have to run a startup, you need to have like-minded people, similar passion, and people who are skilled to run your startup.
So what you suggest them when they are hiring people?
Well, in my personal opinion, when you hire people, look out for the attitude and willingness to learn. Do not look specifically saying, is this guy technologically 100% fit for my organization, which will never happen.
Okay, sir.
Right? Look out for the right attitude, look out for the right, I would say, ability to learn, willingness to learn and contribute. And those are two things that you need to look at than anything else. The skills can be built, knowledge can be built, right? Everything else around can be built as well.
So how far experience plays a role in this hiring process?
Well, like I said, in today's generation, you don't need to be a 10-year in a specific job to do, right? In the past-paced learning that we are having today, a higher secondary or a high school, you already are introducing, computer technologies, languages, platforms, and so on and so forth, right? So in my view, my personal view again, experience may not count so much, but your knowledge and ability to translate your inherent ability and put it forward to the job, that would be counting more.
So there are a good number of people in your company who are from Odisha. When companies are focusing on 2-tier, 3-tier cities, do you have any specific plan for Odisha?
Well, yes. See, we've been proponents of wherever that we have STEM education, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we would go for it. I mean, we do not want to segregate any specific city, location, university, and so on. For us, the clients have a set of requirement. For them, we are also investing on what we call as a STEM education system. If students are well versatile in STEM technologies, you pick up anything around what we spoke about, because that's what the job is going to be, right? We will go and hire.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving
My
us-
pleasure.